Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing a graphic novel I've been wanting to read for quite some time and finally got around to it. And that is My Friend Dahmer by Derf Backderf. Now, this graphic novel is a true crime, or at least I would peg it as a true crime graphic novel, just because it's about Jeffrey Dahmer, who's a real life serial killer, and basically this is his origins in high school. And this book is about the author's encounters with him in middle school and mostly high school. So basically, it explains kind of why Dahmer grew up to be a serial killer. It describes, like, I think to make a good true crime novel, the author needs to give a lot of sympathy to the perpetrators of the crimes, no matter how heinous they are. And Backderf does a great job of that in this graphic novel because he describes Dahmer's home life, which was terrible. His parents were always fighting. They had a nasty divorce when he was in high school, and he was basically a social outcast. But the goofy part about Dahmer is that at school, instead of just being a normal kid, he would act out and like geek out and twitch and make absurd noises pretending he had cerebral palsy, and that's how he made his friend group laugh. And Backderf was one of the members of that friend group, and he would just do a bunch of absurd stuff to make people laugh. Really creepy things like pretending to have seizures and stuff like that. And he was a hardcore alcoholic. I mean, the type that was drunk by like 7:30 in the morning on a school day. And the reason he was an alcoholic is because Backderf explains that he had all these dark thoughts about hurting people. He had this like sick fascination with the inner workings of the human body. He would disassemble animal carcasses and stuff like that because it was just so fascinating to him. Another thing he often did was, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought a bit. He had a lot of homosexual desires, which in the late 1970s, that was something that you did not talk about. If you were gay, you did not talk about it. So basically, Dahmer was having all these dark thoughts, all these homosexual erotic desires, and he just spiraled out of control because he had nobody. He had no friends, no adults in his life. The teachers at school, like, they couldn't possibly have been so oblivious that they didn't notice he was drunk every time he showed up to class. When he did show up to class, they must have noticed, but they didn't do anything. And this led Dahmer down a very dark path, and as we know today, he's one of the most notorious serial killers of all time, probably since Jack the Ripper. Now, as far as the artwork goes, I thought it was really, really good artwork. It really works for the story. Backderf does a really great job. I'll show you some. It's just really creepy, like the way he draws Dahmer. And I'll show you another page. Like, they're very cartoony, and if this graphic novel was dealing with lighter subject matter, it would definitely be a lot more comedic. There would definitely be more of a comedic element to the art. But I thought this was fantastic. I definitely recommend it. Thought it was very, very interesting because I've seen a lot of documentaries on Jeffrey Dahmer, and it's always interesting to get a new perspective on him. So I was thankful to get his backstory, and I thought it was very well written. The artwork was fantastic, and overall it was just a great read. Very, very quick too, because it's just a graphic novel. It's only about 200 pages, and yeah, I'd highly recommend this. Rated about 4 out of 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more book reviews.